Is this the one exercise you need to fix your arches? This is working on fallen arches. This is raising arches. It's a pretty simple exercise. I'm going to walk through a couple of the details because it looks simple, but if you can get a couple of these little things right, it can make a big difference. First and foremost, you're going to see we are standing with our feet nice and even with each other. And we've got this little band around both ankles. This is a little bit high for me. I would have it a little bit lower perhaps. We've also got the yoga toes in. If you've got yoga toes, great. If you don't, that's totally fine. Don't worry about it. So let's get a band and we'll stand with our feet apart. And then what you're going to do is basically push just above the inside of your ankle here away from each other, but you'll keep your feet down. So basically the inside of your ankle is going away. So you'll see it's going in and you're thinking about moving the ankle away. Don't worry about the arch. The arch is going to follow. Push this ankle up and away, and that is what is going to start to lift this arch. Now, there are a couple other pointers here. What you want to do is make sure you go as far as you can out. Let these feet kind of drag. Keep the toes down, and again, push this ankle out. Now, the biggest trick to this is the eccentric, okay? As a doctor, anytime we're doing therapy, we're focusing on the eccentric. It is just one of the low-hanging fruits, one of those things that people just don't work. So the eccentric in this is great. You can push out, which is going to be hard. It's going to be a little weird at first, but it's a skill that you're going to need to develop. The eccentric is slowly allowing it to come back. Your feet are allowed to pronate. It's important that you actually have some pronation in your feet. But if you can learn to control that pronation, so you're going to push out. Anybody can do this. This is great. One of the other things is when you're pushing out, make sure you move from the inside of your heel here to the outside of the heel. Or you see how the ball of the foot is coming up here. You want to shift your weight to the outside of this foot, basically. But think about the inside of these ankles being pushed outwards. That is the big key here. Now, that is the concentric motion of it. Eccentric would be coming back. So if you have fallen arches, very likely they've just fallen, right? With nobody's permission, basically, right? So what you want to do is control the fall. We're going to go up and control the fall. Your foot needs to pronate. Control the pronation. That is the whole trick of this. Raise the arches, lower them down. This is a very low resistance, so you're going to need to do a minimum of 15 reps with this. You really want to feel a burn and squeeze. You can kind of see that the blood is already starting to flow in these feet. But you want to do a bunch of reps with this, basically, because your feet are going to get a bunch of steps in. But the big trick is going slowly back. It sounds weird, but you want to go slowly back. Don't let your arches fall. Control your pronation. This is the biggest trick to fixing flat feet. Get your toe spacers, get a band. Again, push out at the ankle and slowly let it come back. That is the way to grow this arch. If you've got fallen arches, this is a great one. Be patient with this exercise. It's going to take a good amount of time because they're small muscles. If you want to make it a little bit more fun, you can bend your knees and add a little bit of a squat to it. But this one is going to take you three weeks, 3 months even, depending on how long it's been that your feet have been fallen, your arches have been fallen, and how much you're willing to work on this. Feet take a little bit of change. It's going to feel awkward. It's not going to look like this the first time you do it. Don't worry about this. Think about it being a skill that you're developing. You're learning how to draw. You're learning your penmanship. I don't think we learn penmanship anymore. But if this is penmanship for the feet. Control your feet, roll out, but control it back in. Again, give this one some time. If you have other questions about foot pain, I know it's a bummer. Work on those arches. It's going to take some time, but invest in it. Work the eccentric. You're the best. Never change. Watch these 2 videos. Smash that like button if you found this valuable. There's a subscribe button that's calling your name as well. We've got a bunch of other videos. We've got a podcast. Check us out. I appreciate everything. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.